An aeroplane crashes into the ocean. It sinks to the ocean's floor. There's a small band of survivors trapped within an air pocket. They need to make their way out of the plane and up to the surface, all while the plane is surrounded by sharks. That sounds like an intriguing concept for a movie, and that's exactly what this movie here, No Way Up, is and is about. But does it deliver? Let's find out. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my review for the movie No Way Up. This is a 2024 movie rated 15 with a runtime of 90 minutes, 1.5 hours. Directed by Claudio Farr and written by Andy Mason. And it stars individuals such as Sophie McIntosh, Grace Nettle, Manuel Pacific, Will Attenborough, Phyllis Logan and Colm Meaney. Colm Meaney, who probably most recognisable as Miles O'Brien in Star Trek The Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So this film here, let's talk about the story a bit and then I'll get on to my thoughts of it. So it opens up and we are introduced to a number of different characters from different backgrounds who are all travelling aboard this plane. You have Ava, played by Sophie McIntosh. Now, she is the daughter of a governor, and Colm Meaney is her protective detail, her bodyguard, if you will. Her and some friends are travelling off to somewhere to have a bit of time away, but he's kind of entrusted to go with her. We've got a grandfather and grandmother who's taken their granddaughter with them on this plane journey. And yeah, that's about it. And we're introduced also to a couple of other individuals, like a cabin crew individual who gets bullied by one of Ava's friends because he's sort of, his own latent homosexuality is at bay, but he feels it funny to take the mick out of a cabin crew member that is obviously homosexual. Yeah, so anyway, so this plane, it's up in the air, it's flying along, and it has a bird strike, and this sorry, it has a bird strike, hit one of the engines, the engine explodes, it rips a hole in the side of the plane, people get sucked out of the plane, and the plane dives into the ocean. It subsequently sinks, and it is stuck on the end of like a crevice of a a bottomless pit, shall we say. And these individuals that survive it, that include Ava, her two friends, the young girl, the grandmother, and the cabin crew individual, are all stuck at the back of the plane, trapped in an air pocket, while the water's slowly rising. And sharks are amongst. Yeah, and the sharks are coming into the plane and eating people. Colm Meaney survives as well. How could I forget that? Anyway, so they have to go through this story of survival and attempting to get out of the plane, and there's a backstory where these people are searching for the plane because governor's daughter. Yeah, people get eaten along the way. It's that sort of a film. Now, at 90 minutes, it's not it's not an offensive runtime. It goes pretty quick, and as concepts go, it's quite an intriguing concept. However, the delivery, not so good. Unfortunately, we have characters that some of interest, some are good, some not so much. Poor Colm Meaney, I haven't seen him in something for some considerable time, and I thought he was wearing a fat suit at one point, but it's actually him, and I don't see how, although on paper Colm Meaney as a kind of bodyguard detail, fantastic, I can see it through his character, but here he's so unfit that it just didn't kind of wash, unfortunately. The other characters, they range from interesting to damn right annoying, and I hope you get eaten kind of a scenario with them. Like I said, the concept of the film is high profile. The scene with the plane crash where people are getting sucked out of the plane, for a film on a minuscule budget, it actually looks pretty good. Alright, that looked pretty good. And when the plane is underwater, it's filmed in a tank. You know, it's no green screen or anything like that. It's the plane, you know, model of a plane being filled up with water while they're within it. And that looks good. And there's some miniature work as well on display with the plane on the edge of this bottomless pit. It ain't a bottomless pit, but you know what I mean. It's going to go over and down. Anyway, so the film is pretty light on shark action, and unfortunately the sharks themselves differ between being the perfect hunting machine. They come in, they take people while they're in the plane, to then just blindly ignoring people, swim past them. Like, there's no consistency in the behaviour of the sharks as the film progresses. Ultimately, you're left with a film that is like I said, a decent concept, but the characters are so dull and so uninteresting that you could watch this film at twice the speed, not take any of the dialogue in, and you're still going to come out of it with the same outcome at the end. You could watch this film on Shuttle Search and get out of it exactly what you can by watching it normally. It's a film that I was watching and I was on my phone constantly. It struggled to maintain interest. It struggled to... my attention kept waning away from the film, and like I said, it's not because of the concept, it's because of the characters, and that's where this film ultimately fails, in uninteresting, uninspired, boring, dull characters. The main character herself, she was okay. She goes on a journey from needing to be babysat at the beginning to overcoming certain fears that she has, and kind of stepping up into this role of a leadership role, and getting these people to safety. So that was a nice enough arc, but for everyone else, pretty dull. Not a great film. Not a great film at all. Not a film that I'd ever wish to own. Not a film that I'd ever wish to rewatch. There's my thoughts. So let me know yours, if you've seen this film, or if this is something that would indeed intrigue you. Let me know in the comments down below. See you on the next one.